We're in the round of final 8, and in the very bottom of the bracket we find Pain and JohnnyCage. A German undead against the Russian human, starting off on Amazonia.
JohnnyCage has to be considered the favorite here, but Pain, aka Hassan, has been improving quite a bit lately. We saw him at the last Ryzing Star Cup, didn't we? He was playing the triple Necropolis to save Lumber to go for heavy upgrades. So really unique play that I think he came up with himself. I never seen it before from anybody else. I wonder, does he have something special lined up here as well? Map 1, Amazonia. Let's get this best of 3 started.
Alright, upper right is JohnnyCage, who just defeated Mad Frog. Starting off with a normal build so far as well. And Pain in the bottom left with Alta, Crypt, and Ziggurat as well. Does he have a special play style? And these players seem to know each other quite well, according to that chat.
Good to see. Both are pretty active ladder players, so I expect they have met there plenty of times. Does JohnnyCage play netties?
I don't know, man.
He's like one of the few top Europeans who I think doesn't play netties, or maybe he does. I'm not sure on that. But he plays quite a bit of BattleNet. I certainly know that much. Under his account Red Bull, mostly playing random. Yep. But is a main race human player, of course. In 1.30, he was pretty liberal, switching between Night Elf and human. As you guys may remember. Was a pretty good patch for Night Elves, but nowadays human looks to be the better choice. So we have absolute standards so far. Ted Fiend opening by Pain, and the AM normal opening by JohnnyCage. With an interesting farm build. There's a little opening into the main. No full wall off. I wonder if he's going to utilize that in any specific way.
Are under attack.
Acolyte pull early on to make creeping a little bit harder. Adding the green camp right away to the yellow.
Creeping this with a lightning shield. We don't see that too many times with Militia involved, but Militia focus on the Renegade, the lightning shield focuses on the 3 rogues.
That's close.
Yep. Focusing on the Acolyte now. I think he got...
Aye, lightning shield to die.
It's not...
That's okay.
Yeah,
it's still level 2.
Say, got level 2. But Pain is pretty aggressive here with the DK, rushing over with some skeletons. Not focusing on his own level 2 in any shape or form, but 0 experience against guaranteed level 2.
That one lightning shield deny might matter. Normally, AZ is a pretty safe map to get level 3 on because you get it fairly easily at the natural gold mine. But that one rogue not going to the AM's experience bar may change something. DK gets the first kill on the footy. That's 40 experience for him. When's Johnny gonna go over to the expansion?
Ah, of course, he plays netties under Sophie Turner. It's his account, JohnnyCage.
Oh, okay, all right. So he does play netties.
And we saw him in a couple of weekly cups recently. But yeah, Archmage kind of low already. Pain with another coil will get the peasant if he commits. So far, trying to get it with skeletons only to save the mana. But nice move by JohnnyCage, saving this peasant so far, and more damage on this DK for now, still struggling hard with a level 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
I need to get some big steals here going soon. That's the difficulty or the danger of going for this level 1 0 experience DK harass. You need to find a lot of kills to get that level 2 because you need level 2. You can't afford to not hit that level 2 by the time you fall back for the next round of Necromancy, basically. And that so far is not accomplished. Rock Golem pull. As we're used to seeing nowadays. DK doesn't get the last hit on the Mud Golem. Is he gonna try for the trap?
He has no coil.
JohnnyCage perfectly playing around it.
Yeah. And there's no coil. He's down to 60 mana. Needs to wait a little. Trying to do it with Frostburn, but that doesn't work either. Good creep by JohnnyCage, close to level 3, and there's pretty much no way how he can steal the Rock Golem.
Fiend lasted. Can you do it? Nope.
Nope.
AM gets it. Gets everything.
Well,
He got 40 experience only.
Item is still on the ground, but now he picks it up. Yeah. Bad early game for Pain.
Excellent early by Johnny.
Yeah.
He played this super well. Early shop, I love that as well. I feel like many humans neglect that for too long. Shop, tower, and expansion all at the same time. Expensive, of course, but you had the resources. Footy numbers increasing as well. 5 footmen at the moment is okay, but not enough, because what's the mantra here, guys, when you're fast expanding? Never stop making footies. How many footies do you have? 6? Not enough. You need 4 more footies. How many footies do you have? You have 7? Not enough. 8? Not enough. 9? Okay, 9, now we're talking. And he's got defend as well. Doesn't even have to stop footman production for defend.
Alrighty. Tier 2 tech for Pain is done. Tier 3 rushed. Slaughterhouse. I wonder if we see a second one down the road to go for a big destroyer push. Because the tech is the one thing that JohnnyCage doesn't have. With the heavy militia pull. Nice sidestep with the Fiend. There could have been a surround.
And now you can see the lack of aura. It's so much more difficult to control these Fiends and kite against the footies. And I think that was a macro mistake going for 4 Fiends before the Lich. This did delay the Lich quite a bit. Lich is coming out now. But that's rather late. Same goes for the statue. Not enough gold for that right now. This 4th Fiend doesn't really seem to be working out so perfectly in this build. Normally it's always 3 Fiends into Lich, into statue, into tier 3.
For creep,
minor thing, but it is having quite some effect on this game.
for creeping, the 4th Fiend might be good to speed things up. But of course, that would have been the case with the Lich as well. So what to do now? Expo is established, but there's still no tech for JohnnyCage. Goes for Lumber Mill for towers now. Double Lumber Mill, actually.
Players' forces are under
But
attack.
there's a pretty big destroyer push coming in a couple of minutes. And there's not even a blacksmith, right?
And JohnnyCage going for Shredder and towers before tech. I'm not so sure about that.
Still no tech. He's almost 2 techs ahead.
Alright, here comes the tech now, finally. But yeah, this is super late. These footies will have to do a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to hold on by themselves for a really, really long time. Question is, what's Johnny gonna do? Is he gonna transition to a tier 2 army or tier 3? If he wants to skip out on tier 2, mostly, and rush tier 3 right away, this is gonna be a long game for him.
Defend enabled again. Statue is ready. Finally some healing on the Fiend. But Pain, he needs experience. It's 1 footman kill in 7 minutes 30. Oh, almost a surround there as well.
There it is. Finally gets the surround. And, oh, there's Burrow
sweet.
actually. However, we do have Reveal coming in from the lab. Fiend trying to fight its way out. Nope, not gonna happen. Fiend does die. Statue, that's the bigger kill. Oh, and Johnny gets it as well. Pain is heavily struggling now.
Yeah. DK down to 150. Tech at 40%. Tier 3 is done, but yeah, the statue. Not only does he have no healing, but how to morph into destroyers now. Ooh, fireballs. I heard this DK a lot. And again, the lack of aura.
Yeah. And this is one of the biggest showcases of the punish of a level 1 DK harass. Normally, like, even if it goes bad, it doesn't go this bad.
Yeah.
Like, normally somehow you do get that level 2 somewhere along the way.
Oh, footy coming.
But JohnnyCage has played too well. He played perfectly so far this game.
The timing almost perfect as well. 8 HP, TP out. And this interception by the footman was stellar as well. Nice SimCity now. We have a blacksmith. Towers up, at least at the expansion. In the main as well. Masonry upgrades. This is looking really good.
Outstanding, actually, by JohnnyCage. Previously in this matchup, he has shown in the past a bit of weakness. Looked, to my opinion, like his weakest matchup for a while, but you wouldn't think it in this game.
Nope.
He is playing absolutely tremendously. And Pain, in the main, we have a Temple of the Damned coming,
Yeah.
so he's getting ready for a late game army with Banshees. That means he probably can't hope for a bust. Look at the SimCity, by the way, at the expansion as well. How nice is this? Yeah. Lumber mill, double farm, blacksmith, towers way behind that. Super hard to attack into that position. JohnnyCage is feeling a little paranoid, going quite heavy on towers. But also now taking to tier 3 with the Mountain King. So feels confident, I guess.
Orb is ready. Nova hits. That's more kills for Pain. And finally level 2. That took him almost 10 minutes. But here in this fight, he has a little bit of an edge. Lich level 2 as well. Happy won that crazy first map against Sheik, by the way. So 1-0 for the current champion of the Rising Star Cup. Next week he won't be able to play, by the way, because he is going to China, as far as I know. And the 4th cup, I think, as well. Naga 3rd for Pain.
Naga? That seems kind of counterintuitive. Like, his Banshee transition tells me that he wants to go for the super late game with the best army he can go for that is at his disposal. But the Naga, not really the best hero super late game. The army size will increase on both sides. So does the damage. Knights will be coming in, nukes and so on. And you can't heal the Naga. You can't coil her because she's not undead.
Banshee Master Train. Not breaking upkeep at all. Lionheart of Stormwind, so good. JohnnyCage late game Berserker. Will we see a single destroyer in this game, by the way? Breakers coming for JohnnyCage?
The town is under siege.
I really like the Breaker edition. Against Banshees, you always want to have Breakers.
A player's forces
Curse is a very powerful tool that you don't want to give away to the opponent's disposal if you don't have to.
Wait a minute.
Creep Jack coming in now,
Yeah.
though. This is dangerous.
How to get out against Slow and Nova. These footmen will definitely fall. I don't know if that prioritization is right to not go for the Mountain King because there was no way out for him.
Yeah, that was definitely a bit of a mistake there by Pain. Those footman losses don't really matter. The MK would have. But JohnnyCage is buying more time. The two heroes now join forces once again, and of course will have to run. JohnnyCage can't fight this army yet. But soon, he will be able to, because Tier 3 is finished now. Paladin is coming. And he has double workshop questions once again. Tanks or gyros.
Yeah, tank immediately. There's only one base to attack, no expansion to send them to. But this will definitely prevent Pain from attacking the human base. Or one of the human bases. The levels just aren't there. And what? Okay, second Necropolis for Pain. Thank you, by the way, Soft Priv for the tier 1 sub and Kid Day as well.
Normally AZ isn't the best late game map for human because he just simply doesn't have many creeps to go around. So MK and especially Pally have a tough time here finding the levels. Considering that though, it's looking really good on the MK actually. Close to 3 already. The Pally comes in and there's still a couple of camps to be picked up.
Especially the red camps, but will he have time for that? 3 breakers by now before going into Knights. Interception on the tank, one of them. 2-1 upgrades already. But okay, looks like we have a fight to our hands. 67 supply for the human though. 8 on the tanks. Paladin forced into an invo potion real quick. But Pain has to kite against these Knights, and it's not going to be easy.
Statue's a nice pick-off. Paladin's gonna die. No staff used. Staff was used on a knight instead or something.
Yeah, was on cooldown.
MK in trouble next. Coil Nova coming in. TP transfer. Invul something. Invul it is.
Stays in the fight. Archmage forced into a town portal. Both heroes so low. Is the Mountain King? Okay, this invul lasts forever. So that's fine. But Pain, despite being 20 supply down, with a strong fight, hero kill, big invul popped, and the TP gone. Plus the tanks intercepted.
Dude, Johnny didn't even double-click TP. He manually TP to the expansion.
He had all the time in the world, obviously.
Dude, that almost cost his life. Yeah, JohnnyCage, they're a little bit too confident. He wasn't really ready to fight yet. He didn't necessarily have the levels he would like, and more importantly, doesn't have the numbers yet. He needs more knights, especially, which are not coming, though. Johnny is not producing anything right now. Dude, it's the mass necropolis again. The Pain special.
Yeah, I mean, why not if you have the gold? 2 tanks
And
arrive.
they're not much more expensive than Zigguras, and they have way more health, and they save you lumber.
Yeah, if you want to go heavy on upgrades again, he's 2-2, so I can see him going 3-3 in the end. That does save him the lumber. Shop down. That hurts. No statues at the moment. Needs repair on the Haunted. 3-1 on the siege engines. Red spot for JohnnyCage. That's exactly what the tanks are buying time for.
Yeah, this is really good. Pally got level 2 already. I think you should go Divine Shield here. It's all about saving heroes. MK comes in and he gets his level 3 as well. Cadgus Pipe normally amazing. Here, of course, rather useless, but it's going to be some gold. So JohnnyCage can invest into more upgrades, which he's getting for the Knights. 2-1 is in research.
Forces are under attack.
No animal war training yet, though, and no Sundering Blades either.
Speaking of gold, Remo, we got a little donation. 10 euro by the Dulak. Supporting you means supporting myself. You make the content I like. Go on with your fantastic work. That's a nice way of putting it, man. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Tanks are rolling again. Paladin should be... Oh. Wait, he did find the devotion, alright? Yeah, okay, I was about to say, like, not going Divine Shield is a little bit of a risk, but oh. Second red spot. Tanks again intercepted.
Is Johnny ready to fight this time? It says 77 supply, but it doesn't really look like it, because a lot of it is stuck in those tanks. Stormbolt, Focus, Fiend is saved. The damage is still pretty high here from Pain. First Fiend, though, does go down. Coil, I think there was on cooldown.
The big difference is 2 staffs in this fight versus 1 staff before. Orb Fire reduces the coil. Even Militia coming in. He wants this Lich so bad. He might even get it. Oh, coil ready. But a big human force is pushing Pain back. And again, it's 2 base versus 1 base. Every single minute. It's a bigger difference.
Normally, at this stage in the game, so late, you would have a Dark Ranger for Silence and for Dark Arrow. Both pretty good. And the Naga right now, the Cold Arrow's kind of nice. The Fog Lightning's kind of nice, but it's not really strong. He's gonna get to 3 here. Alright. With that, the Fog Lightning does become better. But JohnnyCage is scaling amazingly. If he gets level 3 Paladin, he is gonna be gladly taking any kind of fight.
This total gold difference is now 6,000 gold, by the way. That's how long the game lasts. 2,000 gold lost to upkeep. Okay. Granted. But still, such a huge lead. Pain constantly staying below 50 supply, and for that he's very competitive. Going for the creep jack, trying to nuke this Archmage, forcing the TP. The Granite Golem is still going to JohnnyCage, and that's level 3 for the Paladin. Bigger nuke. Speaking of nuke, Archmage in trouble. Still not forced into the TP because the Paladin is ready with the next Holy Lights.
Priests have Master Training now. Inner Fire coming in. This human army is getting stronger and stronger. It still isn't that big. Because again, a lot of supply stuck in tanks. Militia Call also outstanding this game, always at the right time, seemingly. And the staffs over time generating more and more value. JohnnyCage, rich and getting richer, just like in the real world.
1,800 gold left in the mine. I think the question in the long term is, can Pain establish an expansion Naga? How to save her if she's getting nuked once more? Hero focus is definitely what JohnnyCage is doing at the moment. 3-1 Knights. 3-3 Fiends, by the way. There's so much value. And finally some Banshees. Can he steal some Knights in the best side fashion? Wow.
Against double staff and Stormbolt, it's going to be really difficult.
Expansion by JohnnyCage at the 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Why not? He's got the resources. He's got the army strength right now to protect this position. And the towers are going to take over in that department really soon at protecting. Pain's under the gun. He has to break this position. He has to force this army back. And he has to expand there himself. That's what he has to do. But that's all way, way easier said than done, of course.
Fragmentation, Shards, and Mortar teams coming as well. That's, of course, fantastic against this number of Fiends. Abominations, but only 0-0. They will melt. No Dispel. That means the Knights are soaking up quite some damage as well. So, is this the final fight of the first game of this quarterfinal already? No possession. And the banshees are a little bit out of position. Sniped immediately. But the anti-magic helps. Will it help the Lich as well? Finds himself in a surround. You can coil him, of course, but that's not really a way out. There's no invul potion. And that should be the game. A big, massive force for the human. Inner fire casted as well.
Curse flying around as well, being reflected back on the undead army thanks to those breakers. 3 breakers, that's the perfect number right here. Restes, knights, and priest. Seems like the counter to this would be destroyers, but apparently Pain is just as unfond of destroyers as I am. Perhaps in this game that would have been the better call. Of course, Johnny could have always reacted with quick gyro transition. He has the resources. He's pushing forward here without the Lich, without the orb. The DPS really isn't that high. Whereas Pain is losing more and more of his units. Last coil flies, DK now out of mana. But on Blight, JohnnyCage is still gonna be somewhat concerned and doesn't fully commit all the way. And why? Doesn't need to. He's got a 3rd base now.
Yeah. 3 bases. GG, well played. Game 1 goes to the Russian. This was a pretty competitive late game for how abysmal the early game was for Pain. Like, it was an 8-minute level 2 or something.
Yeah, that was horrible. True. But still, in the grand scheme of things, JohnnyCage pretty much always in control. Johnny made one mistake, engaging into the fight before he needed to, and he lost the Paladin because of that. Almost lost the AM. That was only the Paladin dying, only the level 1 hero. That wasn't really a big punish in any way. Most importantly, Johnny didn't let the expansion come up and then just let his money work for him. Really well played. JohnnyCage looking damn strong in this matchup suddenly.
Alright, second map is going to be LR. And we're waiting for the host to continue this. Johnny, one step away from the semi-final. Happy is leading 1-0. Do we have any other results from the Swedish Night Elf mirror, for example, or the Undead mirror between Side and Musura?
So Side and Musura is in map 2 as well. Side is leading with 1-0.
All right.
Lots of 2-base Undead games here. Lots of Gargs. Pretty cool. Not just the normal 1-base Fiend stuff. Not from everyone, at least.
All right. JohnnyCage is ready. We are ready. Pain is ready. Just waiting for the start for game 2 between Pain. Yes, sir.
The winner here will go up against a Swedish Night Elf, either Star-Shaped or Lil DC. Their best of 3 is still in progress. Dude, we have a lot of undeads in this top 8, actually.
Yep. That is
5 undeads, 2 Night Elves, and 1 human. JohnnyCage, the only one holding up the Alliance's flag. The banner, but in strong hands, as it seems. JohnnyCage, map 1 looked really good. Map 2, let's go. Last Refuge. Pain, changing the colors, wants to shift the paradigm. He wasn't without chances, but he was definitely outplayed game 1. So, how can he adapt? How can he overcome?
Thank you, Scud, for updating us about the Swedish Night Elf mirror. Star-Shaped is a 1-0. Could make it into the top 4 twice in a row. Oscar stepping his game up in these Ryzing Star Cups. I mean, it has Star in the name. It's kind of his cup there, I guess.
It's destiny.
It's destiny. And 2 undeads will definitely be out after the quarterfinal. 1 is facing elimination, so the Scourge might suffer hard in the quarterfinals. We have, the undeads have 1 in the final already, that's for sure. But who's it gonna be? We have Pain in the upper right. With a normal build thus far. DK again. JohnnyCage trusts his Archmage. So far, so standard.
Question is he going to expand, yes or no? JohnnyCage really isn't much of this tier 3 rifle player that the style that Hog likes to play. I'm not sure if I ever saw him play that, actually. Is still pretty good if you're well practiced with it, but doesn't seem like that's his preferred playstyle. Fast expansion, more his thing, and that is certainly very playable on LR. Easy expansion, pretty easy level 3. Merc camp is there. Not very accessible though. You need to have a lot of safe space to go for that Merc camp. Can't go for it early game because it's too risky. If the DK runs over and you lose the Shadow Priest to the Undead, you oftentimes kind of lose the game right there. So, wait, is he gonna do it though? Is he gonna pull the Rock Golem? No, okay, no. Green camp to begin with, Johnny's playing it safe, especially with map 1. Pain playing so aggressively on level 1, that does make sense. Because Pain's doing it again. Level 1 DK running across. Oh, and the footy is ready for the block. Doesn't quite get it off. Pain was ready there himself with a sidestep. But the full camp goes to the human and the DK will get nothing.
Again, I guess. Aggressive coil on this Archmage, but that doesn't do too much. Yeah, maybe he expected the Merc camp creep. Didn't work out, so the DK leaves empty-handed again. Thank you, Abefaria, by the way, for the prime sub. So, fast tech once more.
I'm really not sure this level 1 DK harass with 0 XP is the way to go anymore. I mean, Happy won a WGL with that playstyle, to be fair. But, you know,
Happy is
kind of happy and everyone else is everyone else. Humans nowadays just are so good at playing around this. They know exactly that the DK needs to be pressured with the AM. AM position needs to be very aggressive, always between DK and the creeps. And also playing around the last hits with proper militia micro. These humans just are very well adjusted to dealing with this playstyle. Going for the Ogre Magi first, the AM was being the little bait. And the DK didn't get the last hit, still 0 experience. And that one doesn't go to the Undead either, JohnnyCage, dude. He is so bulletproof against this opening.
Absolutely outstanding. The entire camp is gone, and there's one peasant kill. Last time it was a footman kill, now it's kind of even worse. Okay, the skeletons are finishing this. Should finish this. Wow, the save. No way. Okay, gives it to him, kind of.
So 2 peasants die, but it's still more than enough to construct the expo. And experience, guys. It's all about the experience. And DK, what does he have? 50.
50. That's it.
This is kind of looking like the previous game again.
Oh, almost a block from the Water Elemental. Fiend, super low. DK, super low.
AM being hurt is dangerous, though. Lich is going to be coming out very soon. And hopefully this time, Pain doesn't go for Fiend number 4, but rather Lich before that. That should most certainly be the better build.
This is very close to 3, if not 3. And the replenishment potion, what a perfect drop for JohnnyCage. Everything goes according to plan for him once again.
Is that level 3? It is, right? Oh, not quite. Okay, needs one more.
Like, one skeleton, and that's it. Again, the late tech. And I wonder if Pain is finding a solution, like, how to abuse this. Whoa. Oh, this is brave now. 6 footmen. I mean, why not? You know the DK is hurt. You know the Fiend is hurt. You know he's super low in experience. So let's go and steal some stuff on the Undead side of the map.
Yeah. Defend also just finished. That helps against this creep camp a little bit. And there we go, level 3 AM. Wait a minute. Did he go Aura too? No. Oh, he didn't skill yet, I guess, when he summoned the Water Elemental. This was quite a bit of damage on the footies, though, that he took from this camp. Oh, and Pain is coming in the perfect time for the snipe. Getting the Ogre Magi would be grand. But Water Elemental damage is respectable. But here comes the Lich.
Still eager
First
to put,
Nova only.
Put some damage on this DK. These first heroes, they really hate each other, as it seems. Constantly coils, constantly fireballs. They have some nice exchanges here. Oh, skeletons, causing some trouble at the expansion, but nope. Oh, 1 kill, actually.
JohnnyCage once again with a late tech.
Yeah.
He could have started teching already. Could do it right now. Regen scroll. Oh, that's a good one. Also fully saved earlier. There we go. Johnny starts his tech now. That is certainly quite a bit earlier than the previous game. But at least the DK got level 2 faster here in map 2.
Way faster. I mean, he was creeping a little more than on Amazonia. So this will help with the Fiend control. 6 footmen remaining. 2 are dead, I think, and there's only 1 tower up.
He's going for the footy flank. Looking to find a surround here on one of those Fiends. Or is he looking for the DK, perhaps? Either surround would be really good. AM in trouble, eats the Nova. But he has the big heal to rely on. Pops it. And surround as well by Johnny. And that's certainly at least 1 kill. Gets 2 Fiend kills. That may have been a deny by the DK, but the Fiend is still dead.
Wow. And maybe another one. He's backed up against the trees. That's 3 kills. Big Nova trying to fight out. There's 1 coil. Is this enough? He's trying so hard. JohnnyCage with the sweetest surrounds.
Level 4.
Yep.
3 Fiend kills? Are you kidding me? That's GG.
Destruction. Fatality moves by JohnnyCage.
Insanely good best of 3 by him.
Yeah.
Looking super, super strong.
Absolutely. This is like... This is why I'm such a big fan. He has these days where he just plays outstandingly well. And he's in the semi-final. Rushing over his opponent. Where will face a Swedish Night Elf. So far, it looks like it's going to be Starshape. As he has the 1-0. So far.
Side also with the 1-0. Seems to have the lead in his second game against Mosura. Might be a 2-0 right there. Happy did get the 2-0 as kind of expected.
Yeah, Happy so far without a map loss. Of course. Sheik was challenging him a lot on map 1. But apparently map 2 was a little more one-sided. So Happy again in the final 4. The reigning champion, Mosura and Side, will face him. So a little undead grid for the Vice World Champion. Starshaped is leading 1-0 against Lil DC, and JohnnyCage in the final 4 as well. With that being said, we are waiting for the Swedish Night Elf mirror. So we have a little break, and what better way to give a nice praise to our sponsor than to give him some time on the stream. AMD is sponsoring this cup number 2 right here. The signups for 3 and 4 next Saturday and the Saturday after are up already on backtowarcraft.com/RysingStar. Sign up for both of them. This week has seen 151 signups, which is crazy. Can we make it to 200 until the very end of the year? That would be sick. So a couple of words from AMD, and then we're back with either Game 3 between Lil DC and Starshaped, or the semi-final between JohnnyCage and Starshaped. See you in a bit.